Nikola, Mike Singer, Denver Post. Malone said he was surprised that you guys were. He was talking about effort in the post-game locker room. How concerned are you that effort is even in question at this stage of the season?
I mean, yes, of course, that's cannot be a question, but we just didn't play well the right way in the fourth quarter. We scored 12 points. They scored 29. Oh no, this is not good. Can I have it, bro? Can I have it? Yeah, that didn't sound right. Yes, of course. They scored 36 points in the fourth quarter. That's too much, of course, and they got a couple of offensive rebounds. It was just happened to be like that.
Back right, second to last row.
Nikola, Jacob Toby with 9 News. How disappointing is it to lose at home for the first time in the playoffs?
I mean, we didn't want it to happen, of course, but it happened, so we're going to live with it. We are going to Miami to play another game. So,
Michael, over here on the left.
Michael Pina, The Ringer. Nikola, you had a playoff low 4 assists tonight. Was that because of something Miami was doing defensively, or were your teammates just missing shots?
so I don't know. I don't think about assist or whatever. To be honest, I don't know the answer. I was just playing, and I don't think when I'm playing about the stats or whatever. So.
Brandon on the right.
Nikola, Brandon Cristal, KOA here in Denver. Coach talked about effort, and then Jamal said it was more discipline. How do you get that corrected, I guess, in short order before Wednesday?
I mean, just you need to know what to do, and we had a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding. They were getting open looks, especially in the beginning of the game, and we have couple on the end of the game too. So you just need to know where to be or what to do, what's the coverage or whatever.
Tony in the middle, third row.
Nikola, Tony Jones from The Athletic. Do you guys feel that the offense, at the end of game one and at the end of tonight, kind of bogged down against the zone? And if that's the case, what are some of the adjustments that you guys can make for game three?
I mean, the first game, I think we had. I said I miss mid-range shot. Jamal missed mid-range shot, and Mike missed corner three. I think that's the shots that we want. We didn't make them. We didn't make those. And today, they just put us in their rhythm, and we don't want to play that way. And they want to obviously. But maybe just to play a little bit faster, it's going to help us.
Third row on the right, Dan.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Nikola, it seemed like the BAM and the screen and roll was giving you a lot of problems as a team. The ability to, sometimes you're up on the screen, sometimes you're back. They kind of had counters for all of those. What kind of challenges does that pose, and was that an issue in the fourth quarter for you?
I mean, of course, they have a really good team and really good players, and we need to adjust. So it depends of the skill set of the player. Sometimes we are up, sometimes we are down the floor. I mean, I think that everybody is doing that in the league. So we just need to be there for early and then make an extra effort, I think.
Any other questions? Vinny on the second row over there.
Vinny Benedetto with the Denver Gazette. Nikola, Coach Malone mentioned your tremendous close to the third quarter. I think you had a couple physical buckets inside, then you got out and ran. What stands out to you about that stretch you had late in the third?
I mean, just a good stretch, of course. Seems like I just get going and I was just trying to score. Simple as that.
All the way in the back, last row.
Katie Wingy, Altitude TV. Nikola, what can you guys do differently defending the three-point line? They obviously didn't hit their open looks in game one, but tonight they did.
Yes, of course they score 17 threes. They shoot 48%, which is really good. Of course, just I think still be disciplined. Just if someone is running from him off, or just I think the discipline is the key for us. If you're not disciplined, if you're gonna have a breakdowns, it's not gonna be a long series, of course. But just because they're punishing you as soon as you make mistakes, so hopefully we're gonna be disciplined for next game.
We'll go back right, and then Mike, last question here in the front.
Nikola, what was sort of the mood when you guys got in there, knowing that effort was kind of one of the main issues? What was sort of the mood when you all huddled up in there?
I don't know. Can I not answer this question? Yeah, I don't know.
Mike, right here in the front.
Nikola, Mike Singer, Denver Post. You guys have not lost at home in the postseason. How do you expect you will handle what really amounts to the first adversity you guys have seen this postseason?
I mean, we know that's not going to happen. Like, of course, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and especially in the playoffs, where every game is different, every game matters, which is normal. We didn't want to lose, but we lost. So hopefully we're going to go there and win the next one.
Thank you, Nikola.
Thank you, guys.
First question on the right side.
Coach Brandon Cristal from KOA here in Denver. Can you kind of, I don't know, figure out why do you think your starters that weren't Joker struggled scoring, I guess?
Well, I don't think that's the biggest question. Now, let's talk about effort. I mean, this is the NBA Finals, and we're talking about effort. That's a huge concern of mine. And you guys probably thought I was just making up some storyline after game one when I said we didn't play well. We didn't play well. And tonight, that the starting lineup to start the game is 10-2 Miami. Start the third quarter, they scored 11 points in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And we just got, we had guys out there that were just, whether feeling sorry for themselves for not making shots or thinking they can just turn it on or off. This is not the preseason. This is not the regular season. It's not round. This is the NBA Finals. And that to me is really, really perplexing, disappointing. And I asked the team, I asked our players, you guys tell me why we lost. And they knew the answer. Miami came in here and outworked us. And we were by far our least disciplined game of these 16 or 17 playoff games, whatever it is now. So many breakdowns. And they exploited every one of those breakdowns and scored. So if we're going to try to go down there and regain control of this series and get home court advantage back, we're going to have to outwork Miami, which we didn't do tonight, and our discipline is going to have to be off the charts.
Mike, here on the left.
Mike Singer with the Denver Post. You mentioned the breakdowns. 17 of 35 from three, Miami shot. I mean, how many of them were defensive breakdowns? You seem to call timeout on several of them. Maybe it's some miscommunications.
Oh, there's no maybe. Oh, there was definitely miscommunication. There was game plan breakdowns, personnel breakdowns. There were guys like Max Strus, and you know that Max, and I said it after game one, he's 0 for 9 in game one. You know he's going to make shots, and he got off to a really hot start tonight, cooled down a little bit, but he gets 10 threes off. Gabe Vincent gets 6 off. Kevin Love gets 6 off. Duncan Robinson gets 3 off. And those are guys that we're supposed to have a heightened awareness to. As I mentioned after game one, the fact that they got 16 wide open threes was concerning. They didn't make them. And so we got lucky in game one. Tonight they made them. So it was definitely a breakdown in communication. It was definitely a breakdown in our game plan. And like I said, we just were not nearly as disciplined as you need to be in the NBA Finals.
Third row on your right.
Coach Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. It seemed like you had some success earlier in the game, smothering that Bam Robinson DHO, and it seemed to give you a lot more trouble in the fourth quarter. I'm wondering what changed in terms of the way you were approaching that or the guys who were executing it.
Well, I'd have to watch the film. I mean, give them credit. They play with tremendous pace, and they never let up. And so we got to make sure we're doing a better job of getting our energy up and not letting them outwork us and create separation and how to kind of put us in a spin cycle, which they did quite a few times. I mean, fourth quarter defense, I felt for 3 quarters